Okay folks, this will be a challenging one. It's a bit minimalist. I found this on at an intersection. I don't know what it was doing there, if someone threw it out the window because it wasn't working or something, how it got there. You'll find out what it is when I actually think text might work better with this. Just wondering how big I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it 400. Don't know how it's going to look. Okay, let's see what we have here. It is an e-toll, fucking electronic toll. You don't see these very often on the street. What the fuck was that person doing? It's a wonder it didn't get crushed. Would have got crushed if someone ran over it. How it got there, it must have been there for only a short time, even though you'd wonder how someone would want to throw one out of the window. Why they did it and how and shit like that. Surely it couldn't have just fallen off the windscreen, inside of the windscreen, folks. Someone must have had a real bad temper with this thing. I know the tolls, people hate paying tolls. I don't have to worry because I don't drive. And that's come up looking quite a treat. That's come up looking very nice, almost right smack bang, and this looks a lot more well defined than the original, so we're going to utilise that in a movement piece. Obviously the text worked well. We're not throwing this out, we're going to put this in the e-waste container, but I don't know why someone tossed one of these out the fucking car window. I know it's not fun paying a toll, but fuck me dead, that's getting a bit drastic, a little bit of a drama queen attitude, throwing a fucking e-toll out the window. silly thing to do, but people do some strange things, folks. Obviously that person had a mental snap. That's all I can think. It's the only thing I can think is someone had a real bad hissy fit in the car. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting. I do think we could utilise that. Yeah, it looks interesting. An e-toll. Why would anyone want to throw a fucking e-toll out the window? That's really silly. That is really the most dumbest thing I could ever see, that someone would do something fucking as hissy-fitty as that. Why would anyone want to throw a fucking e-toll out the window? Wouldn't it be like inconvenient and you have to fucking replace it? Maybe we can enlarge, maybe we can cut it down there. Maybe not, I don't know, folks. But why throw an e-toll out the fucking window? What a fucking idiot that did that, honestly. I don't understand people. Yes, I know it's not fucking fun to pay a toll. I know it's expensive, but what the fuck are you doing throwing your fucking tag out the window, you fucking idiot? You know, it's not even good for the environment, you slut. Oh, fucking idiots. People who drive cars can be quite fucking curiously stupid when you think about it, folks. So many people out there that shouldn't be on the road because of fucking dumb things like this. Honestly, I don't understand it, folks. How can a person as dumb as this get their fucking driver's license except through a Weet-Bix packet? Really, folks, really. Don't understand why this is the case. Yeah, I found it. It was on the intersection on Falcon and Military Road. What do they call it? Neutral Bay at the traffic lights. Just to name and shame that person without naming and shaming them. Maybe just showing people how stupid that person was. That they decided to toss that important thing out the window. Just like they toss their fucking brains out the window. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to maybe lift it up a bit. But basically people are fucking dumb. And people who drive appear to be stupid people that a lot of the time. They're not smart enough. You know, I just don't understand why anyone would throw a fucking e-toll out the window. Unless it wasn't working. Yeah, maybe. But still, it's not going to help throwing it out. Littering, e-waste, electronic waste, in other words. Yeah, that's a bit too high up now. I'm going to move it down a bit. Maybe enlarge it a little bit. But basically, I just don't understand why someone would want to throw their fucking e-toll out the window. It's really a ridiculous, drastic way of dealing with... Yes, I know the tolls are ridiculously high. Yes, I do get that. But it's not acceptable to throw something out the window and it could have hurt somebody. It could have caused an accident. What a fucking idiot. Throw their fucking e-toll out the window. Fuck me dead. And then you're not going to be able to pay your fucking toll and you're going to get yourself into fucking trouble. You know, you don't want to get in trouble. Then you get fined for not paying your toll and that's going to look even worse. And you're going to have a hole in your wallet. And it's just silly. I just don't understand why someone would do that, folks. A little bit like a cave person. You know, a caveman would that's the kind of person that would throw a fucking e-toll out the window, would be a caveman. I do wonder, why throw an fuck, I keep repeating myself. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm absolutely flabbergasted as to why someone who's managed to get a license. Look, I'm smart. I've got an IQ of 137 and I could not get my license, folks. I had a quarter on my neck, came out breech, and I was unable to memorise all the necessary answers to my fucking knowledge test. I took a knowledge test back in 1990 and I failed it because of the memory problems I had. And I would have failed it because I have what's known as an alternating squint. I can't use my eyes together. Sometimes I close this eye, sometimes I close that eye, or I look through one eye or look through the other. Look it up, folks, alternating squint. And that would have fucked up my driving. I would have failed the knowledge, not just the knowledge test. I would have failed before I got on the street. Or maybe I think the alternating squint has gotten worse over time. It was not as noticeable back then. But basically, yeah, I don't have the ability to learn all that shit. And I wouldn't be able to drive anyway. I have problems with, I don't know, I just can't drive. Wouldn't be able to multitask. You know, multitasking is important in driving and I'm not a multitasker. Again, that's probably linked to the brain damage that I had at birth. And basically, yeah, I fucking can't get a license, even though I'm fucking, in most parts of the brain, really smart. I do believe I have high functioning autism. Hasn't been diagnosed, like the brain damage, it hasn't been diagnosed, but I know that something's up. And yeah, I can sort of need to get formal diagnosis for both of those conditions. I'm on the disability support pension for yet another disability that has been diagnosed. I can't talk about it, it's too shameful, but I'm ashamed of it, but it's there, and and this has come up looking quite interesting. How ridiculous, throwing an e-tag out the window. What the fuck? Gotta go.